All right, guys, I'm here in Vegas on the rooftop here at the Aria. I was going to film this at the arena, over at T-Mobile Arena where the fight's going to be held, but honestly, it's 10 o'clock right now, and there's already a great crowd over there, music being played. It's a real fight week. When Canelo comes out, the people show up. A lot of people act like, his career may be fading. He may be on the backslide. He may not be, top pound for pound anymore. But when it comes to star power, there's really not many that can match Canelo, especially in the United States. As far as turnouts, it's hard to top what Canelo does. These Canelo fight weeks are special. And for my prediction for this fight, as I said, it's a little bit hard to go against such a legacy fighter who's already a guaranteed Hall of Famer. It's easy to just see a Canelo fight week against a guy that's not as big of a name, not somebody that the casuals would know, and just kind of write it off as another Canelo win. But I do believe that Munguia offers some things, some threats that are something that could pose a threat against Canelo's style. The way that he throws punches in bunches, combination punches, flurries, and just activity is something that I believe is a weakness on Canelo as of late, especially. Like Bivol, essentially, we saw that in the Bivol fight that, Bivol would just get off in spurts and throw, 20 punch combinations, and Canelo would try to match it with, 3 or 4 power punches, but it just wasn't enough when Bivol was able to, cover up. He lands his flurry. Canelo kind of lets him get off, and then Canelo kind of counter with power punches, and it's just not as effective as that long flurry. But I will say a contrast in Bivol and Munguia that we definitely saw in some of his fights, like Derevyanchenko, is just defense. Like I said, he may be able to get those flurries off. He may be able to get those punches and bunches off and, start to weigh a punch tally up against Canelo. But Canelo is a sniper. When it comes to, predicting a Canelo fight, I almost have the same prediction almost every fight. It's almost the same as Gervonta Davis. He's probably going to lose the first 3-4 rounds. He's not going to be doing much. He's going to be kind of hanging out. He's going to be kind of chilling. He's just downloading. Both of these guys do the same thing. They're snipers. Munguia is attack, Mexican style. Come forward, be in your face, throw punches, aggressive. Canelo's a little bit more of or definitely a lot more of a sniper, and not as much of that stereotypical Mexican style, but he definitely has that dog in him to, trade with people. But there's not many fights where you see Canelo going blow for blow with anybody. He's going to let you get yours. He's going to let you get off, and he's going to download what you're doing. Then he's going to start to press the action later in the fight, and that's exactly what I think he's going to do here. Like I said, in that Derevyanchenko fight, we saw that Munguia can be hurt. We saw that you can land cleanly on him, and we saw him hurt bad in that fight. We saw, Derevyanchenko really was getting off, and a lot of people think that Derevyanchenko should have won that fight. And in my opinion, the same way that he was able to land cleanly on him, I think Canelo's going to be able to catch him in between those long combinations. And even if it's not in between those long combinations, just maybe later in the fight, as the wear and tear of, those rounds starts to rack up, the fatigue starts to rack up, I think Canelo will start to turn it up. And I'm probably going to lean towards Canelo. Munguia's tough. Like I said, Derevyanchenko was able to start landing on him, and he still survived and actually won that fight. He's still undefeated. So to say he's going to knock him out late would be tough. Maybe a TKO, standing 8 count. Canelo comes in, lands some more punches, and the referee steps in. Possibly I could see that. But the more likely scenario is I would probably lean Canelo decision. Actually, no, I'm gonna say TKO. I'm gonna say Canelo TKO between the 8th and the 12th, because I feel like Munguia has the style that's gonna force. He's almost gonna force a KO out of Canelo. because he's not gonna get off of him. Also, all of this Oscar De La Hoya nonsense this whole week. I think the Canelo is gonna have an extra point to prove and a little bit extra aggression in him, where he wants to, kind of stick it to this Oscar fighter that they think is the next Mexican fighter. They want to, Canelo always said he never wants to fight another Mexican fighter. And then Oscar has his up-and-coming Mexican fighter that he wants to make the new guy. I think Canelo's going to want to stick it to him, and I think Canelo is going to get him out of there between the 8th and the 12th round TKO. If not that, I would say Canelo by decision. He turns it up late, starts to hurt Munguia late, goes to the body. Canelo's a great body puncher, and I'm going to take Canelo. With this Oscar De La Hoya stuff, I'll just speak on this real quick, man. It's a lot. I've over the years with some of the lady friends that I've encountered, they've taught me some Spanish. I was able to kind of understand what Canelo was saying to Oscar De La Hoya, and man, it's heated. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an old man Oscar versus old man Canelo in 10, 15 years. Oscar about 60, Canelo in his mid-40s. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them face off at some point. But overall, man, this is going to be an exciting fight week. Like I said, out there, it's a heavy Mexican crowd. Mexican fans really can't be topped, especially in boxing. Not as much as in MMA, if I have any MMA fans watching this, but in boxing, Mexican fans are almost untouchable, man. I got this shirt with the Mexican flag on it. I was getting all types of compliments. It's actually nice to have a Mexican Mexican fight where it's a little bit less heated, because if anybody has been to these fight weeks, ever since Canelo ever since Mayweather beat Oscar, kind of hijacked that Cinco de Mayo weekend, it's always heated when it's a black versus Mexican fighter. It is heated. So it's nice to be a Mexican or a Mexican fight. I can just enjoy two Mexican fighters. The Mexican fans show love with me with my Mexican flag on. It's all love. Because the last time I was here was Gervonta versus Ryan Garcia. And man, it was pretty much split down the middle. Mexican fans were rocking with Ryan heavy. Black fans were rocking with Gervonta heavy. It's all in fun. It's never nothing too crazy, but it's just cool to, kind of bridge the gap on these Mexican versus Mexican fights and, enjoy the Mexican fans, because they're one of a kind. But yeah, man, I'm interested in seeing what happens with this fight. I'm interested in seeing what's next with Canelo. Benavidez is looming, always. Maybe he's ducking. It's hard for me. I'm a Canelo fan. It's hard for me to say, after all this stuff that's happened, after all these statements he's made, questionable statements, it's hard to say he's not ducking Benavidez. It is hard to say it. But you guys will never make me hate Canelo, okay? He's earned it. If you want to duck Benavidez, duck Benavidez. All right? Maybe he has a reason. But y'all will never make me hate Canelo, okay? I like Benavidez too, but yeah, I'm going to go Canelo TKO between the 8th and the 12th round. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If anybody's here for the fight week, let me know in the comments. Say what's up. I love this, it's very cool coming out to these fight weeks. There's a big boxing community, a big MMA community. A lot of times when I come out to these fight weeks, I see the same people, same fans, same media guys. You get to know people, familiar faces, and just want to build a community. It's really fun to do this. So yeah, let me know you guys' predictions. Big fight week. Then I got to get back home and react to this Kendrick and Drake stuff. My channel is, half sports, combat sports, half music. So, yeah, man, it's a lot going on. But I'm excited for this fight week. Let me know you guys' predictions in the comments. Again, I'm yapping. I got to get over this weigh-ins. I'll get some content of that. And then it's on to fight week tomorrow. Let's go. Canelo, 8th through 12th.